Hello everyone, in this video you'll learn how to properly perform the bench press. Before I get into any of the details, I'm going to go over how you should be breathing and bracing for the bench press. While standing still, take a big breath and flex your midsection as if you're going to take a punch to the gut. Your midsection should be rock solid and impenetrable. You now know how to brace, and remember this for later in the video. Before you start your bench press, make sure you have a spotter or the safety pin set up right below the bottom position of the bench press, in case you can't get the weight up and have to bail. Let's talk about what your body should do without the bar before you grip the bar. The first thing you will do is lay down on the bench, then to tighten your back, pinch your shoulder blades back and down toward your back pockets, ultimately curling your shoulders under your chest as much as you can to create an arch in your lower back, causing your chest to come out in front of the shoulders as much as it possibly can. Keeping this position will keep the shoulders and everything else tight, stabilized, and will decrease the overall range of motion in the movement, which makes it a little easier. Now that your upper body is nice and tight, plant your feet flat on the ground. From this position, there should be 5 points of contact on the bench and the ground, which should be the head, the shoulders, the butt, and your 2 feet. If you are in the correct position, someone should be able to slide their hand under the arch of your lower back, ensuring that your back is tight and your chest is in front of your shoulders. To solidify this position, you will push the ground away with your heels as if you're trying to slide backwards on the bench, not up off the bench. It's important that you utilize your legs this way in the bench press because you will be able to lift more weight more efficiently. This position needs to be held all throughout the entire set. Also, never let your butt come completely off the bench because that will be considered a missed lift. Once we have a nice tight position for the bench, let's grip the bar. To make sure the bar is at the proper height, the bar should be high enough to where your wrist should be at the same height of the bar when you're laying down and your arms are extended. If the bar is too high, it will require you to untighten your muscles that you just tightened just to unrack the bar. If it's too low, then you're expending unnecessary energy before your set even starts. When you have the bar at the proper height, make sure your eyes are directly below the downside of the bar. This will put you in the perfect position to easily unrack the bar and without hitting the hooks during your set. From here, grip the bar at about a thumb's distance away from the smooth part of the bar. This is an average grip that should produce a vertical forearm at the bottom of the movement. If this grip width does not produce a vertical forearm at the bottom of the movement or just doesn't feel comfortable, then feel free to make necessary adjustments. After you determine your grip width, actually grip the bar to where the bar is sitting in the palm of your hand and not your fingers. Making sure that the bar is in the palm and keeping the wrist fairly neutral will avoid any kind of wrist pain during the movement. A good cue for this is to point your middle knuckle up toward the ceiling so that your wrist doesn't overextend under a heavy load. Now that the grip is taken care of, unrack the bar and bring it right above your shoulders. This will be your lockout and balance point. Now look at the ceiling directly above the barbell and glue your eyes to that spot so that the bar ends up in the same exact spot every time. Take a deep breath and brace your midsection just like you learned at the beginning of the video. Once everything is tight and you have engaged your legs, lower the bar until the bar lightly touches a point on your chest that produces a vertical forearm at the bottom of the movement. From here, push the bar straight back up to the spot on the ceiling that you are staring at, which should be directly above the shoulders. Lock your elbows out and release your breath. You'll repeat this process for every rep. During the movement, your elbows should not be flaring way out or pinched too tight to your body. Once you're done with your set, rack the bar by slapping the rack and lowering it to the hooks. It's extremely important that you slap the rack before lowering the bar because you can't miss the hooks this way, and you don't want this heavy weight to fall on your face or your neck. Now that you know the basics of the bench press, the more you practice, the more fluid and efficient it will be, so be patient and have fun doing it.